Hey guys, Tiffany Devonshire, broker for Rock Blue Homes. Wanted to come to you today and just talk a little bit about property management. So our real estate brokerage has a property management division, and we are currently servicing about 100 individual investors that currently own about 280 units in and around the Baltimore Metro. So we service Baltimore City, County, Harford, Howard, and Anne Arundel counties. Our management fees are very low. It's $100 per month per unit. And for that, we do provide a lot of service. And so at the end of this video, I'm just going to put up a couple little slides about our services and what they are and how you can reach us if you want to get more information. But I wanted to talk in this short video about property management and how it impacts your investment. I think that, a lot of people, when they want to start investing in real estate, or maybe they have some investments, but they want to scale and they want to become bigger, the property management piece is something that, in my opinion, is the single most important thing as to whether you're successful or not. So I'm going to break that down in just a couple points and sort of hopefully you'll understand at the end of this video what I mean about that. So, there are a lot of different programs and courses and podcasts that you can listen to on investing, and they're going to give you generalized rules. Some of them are applicable locally. Some of them need to significantly be really evaluated and tweaked, especially if you're investing in a market like Baltimore City. But let's get back to property management. So, in my experience as an investor myself, real estate broker, and owner of a property management company, is that the tenant satisfaction piece of this, and you're not talking about the people on the fringes, right? The people that are never going to complain, or the people that are always going to complain. Those are like the, 10, 20% on the fringes. I'm talking about generally tenants. They are entering into a contract with you as a real estate investor owner, right, to pay you rent. And in exchange for that, you agree to provide them a place to reside with certain standards. Some of those standards are going to be, codified in the law, right? So there are laws that govern how we do what we do with regard to leasing and investing. And some of those are actually stated in lease agreements. So either way, they are all legal requirements that you as an owner are required to provide to a tenant. And so we get questions all the time about, well, what if the tenant's not paying? Do I have to still continue, providing them air conditioner, right? Like, hey, the air conditioner unit broke. They haven't paid rent for 2 months. Do I still have to fix their air conditioner? The answer is yes, you actually do. I know that's hard to believe and it's hard for people to understand, but it's the law. If you've agreed to provide it in your lease agreement, you have to provide those services. We'll talk about why a little bit, maybe in another video. I really want to talk about an eviction only process in another video. And so we'll get into sort of why you have to do the things from the outset and continuously, so that if you ever get to the point of needing to evict, your case would not be dismissed by a judge, right? But in this video, I want to talk about tenant satisfaction. So when a tenant signs up for a lease, they're excited, they're moving to a new place. Sometimes they're, downsizing. Sometimes they're wanting more space for a growing family, or some, blended families, right? Everybody's really excited when they move, usually. It's a fresh start. And so, if your unit is ready and your unit is nice, and hopefully there's not a lot of repairs, the tenants are going to start off pretty happy. The responsiveness of the property manager is key. So if a tenant's calling in a maintenance request, right, and never mind an emergency, because the emergency, they're going to call in a flood overnight, and if you don't have a property manager or professionals on staff to go and deal with that in the middle of the night, not only does it create a problem for your tenant, but it also is going to damage your property, right? But let's put that aside. Let's just talk about regular routine maintenance. Hey, my microwave is not working. The toilet is stopped up. If your property manager is not responsive to those things, tenants start to become very agitated because they are paying rent every single month. And if there is a maintenance issue that is not their responsibility, that's not their fault, then it's your responsibility to fix it. So if the property manager is responsive and if they have pretty decent maintenance men and subcontractors and people that do decent repairs, tenants are usually satisfied with that and continue to be happy in the unit. If a property manager is not responsive, if maintenance men are coming there continually repairing the same thing and it's not, staying repaired, or it never really got repaired correctly in the first place, tenants get very frustrated. And so there are a lot of legal processes in Maryland. Maryland is a tenant-friendly jurisdiction, especially in the city, Baltimore City. And so, tenants will stop paying. They will go to court and put their rent funds in rent escrow. And basically that is the tenant proactively saying to the court, I'm not going to pay my landlord because I have maintenance requests and they won't fix it. And so that is an actual court case that is open against you individually or your LLC, depending on how you own the company. And then those are things you have to pay an attorney to appear, or your property manager at a minimum to go and say, no, we are addressing this. So the reason that we pride ourselves on tenant satisfaction and try to make sure that the tenants are happy and stay happy, in addition to collecting rent, is because that if a tenant only stays for a year, or if a tenant wants to break their lease before a year because of their feeling about how the unit is managed, or how repairs are done, or how responsive the owner is when these things come up, it's going to cost you a lot of money. It doesn't even matter if the tenant leaves the unit in very good condition. You're still going to have to at least probably touch up some paint, perhaps steam clean carpets and clean the unit. And then you have to put the unit on the market again and try to find another tenant. Whether you use a professional or do it yourself, it's costly. So as an investor, you really want to focus on tenant satisfaction to hopefully keep those tenants in place longer. And if tenants are happy, historically, they're going to take care of your unit better than if they feel like you don't care about your investment. Why would they care about it? So these are just a couple tips, a couple things that you really have to keep in mind as an investor. Our property management services, like I said, I'm going to put a little screen up after this that's just going to show you a little bit breakdown of our services and what we provide. But we're $100 a door. Our management company is not profitable. It is a division of our company that is a tool for investors. So it pays the people that run the company. In property management, if you are staff and salary heavy, that is a very good thing, because usually tenants are able to get responsiveness, and as well as owners. And so it definitely increases satisfaction, and eventually, hopefully, that trickles down to your profit margin. So just wanted to talk about tenant satisfaction and how it relates to property management and your investment dollars. So thank you guys for listening, and we'll be in touch soon.